So today's class is going to go a little bit more deeper into the depth of why we are in this practice. So most of you sometimes ask me, can you explain the space of awakening? I don't think there is an explanation to it. I think it is there to experience. So when you're asking me to explain something to you, what I try to portray through my practice is allowing you to experience it. So in that experiencing itself, because most of the time, if you're not awakened, you live in the stage of the mind consciousness only. So it is very important for you to understand that whatever you are have to be in that place of experience. I am not disregarding the education or anything, but at this very moment in our practice, you by a free liberated choice can choose your journey. But when you also have asked me on few messages that I have lost faith on space of consciousness or God, no, you have not lost the faith of it. It's just you try to interfere into that space with your limitations of the mind. Now, the intelligence and the intuitiveness is within your God consciousness is much more higher, but you don't like it's deviating from your plans. So you become very uncomfortable because you were meant to fly something somewhere and then you suddenly has come into sickness. But that sickness is not your enemy and it does not delay your journey. It is just telling you, asking you to be conscious about the lessons that is being provided and navigating you into that space. So you can't just say, I'm in God consciousness, I'm in God consciousness, but my bank balance is not correct right now, so I need to interfere. You need to stop interfering into it, and whatever your desire, first thing is you have to enter into the practice that you are feeling the vibration and the frequency and the energy of it has been fulfilled. If you keep on saying that I'm going to heal, you have to start the journey that there is everything in you, as in this understanding, is healed. The energy of the richness is there in full, but just don't take it as a material object or a house or a money or a level of unconsciousness status to provide you that everyone else see you through that. So saying that, so now I have given you directions of who you are not. So gently I will move the camera, take a deep breath in and just gravitate back to the body. With that breath, gravitate back to the feet. And now I want you to feel this body that you so call, what is it in this very present moment being supported? By the gentleness of the earth, that where you are sitting, gentleness of the breath that moving in, gentleness of the breath that gently moving out, gentleness of the mind and a body, but very gently allow these energies to move in and move out without it's coloring anything. This is not about deeds of good thoughts. Whatever it may be in this very moment, It means it's aligning yourself with the way things actually are. So they are not opposite to God. Whatever the words that you're going to use are positive, negative, just release them for a moment so that you can really see clearly the subliminal message. Now the thought and feelings, if it's an impulse, perceptions, just be conscious that they are not translating into the surface, that is the world outside. Practice being still. Practice is right here at this very moment. In this very moment, you're breaking the flow of the old record, old karma, subconscious patterns that running you. And creating entirely a new version, a cleaner version, a healthier version. In this very moment, this is the root mother of all the change. Turning point of what you have lived, what you are living. Now, any thought that you are going to be biased in this very moment is going to take you out of it. So you are nurturing the moment of non-doing, which is opposite to the mind, witnessing, feeling, accepting. You're not asking a changed version of yourself. You're not asking for lacking to be full. You're being fully in this very moment. Now, in this level of conscious level of that karma, you could foresee your future if you're in this space. And you can also let go of the past that you were conditioned to. Now saying that, take a deep breath in. Shoulders roll back and palms onto the namaskar position. Shoulders relax and just open. So you're gently taking the refuge of this greater understanding, a greater kindness, a greater clarity. Now very gently chanting one Om to resonate the vibration of the Om through this entire space that you call the mind, body, me, you, lineage, whatever it is for you. Just out of a sound vibration, a frequency, and energy. Breathing in. Gently allow that moments to release the tension of the mind to become less dominated, releasing the tension of fear, the illusion, the hope, the hurt, by accepting what it is in this very moment. Very gently relax the arms, stretch the neck to the right. Allow the elongation to the head. Left shoulder roll back. Just be in that space of that stretch. Breathe back to the center. Change the formation of the legs. Stretching the neck to the other side. Only now what is happening right now in this level of consciousness is going to happen later. Breathing back into the center, shoulders relaxed, just open. Now very gently take a deep breath in. Twisting the spine to the right side, stomach pulled in. Shoulders spreading. Gently bringing that horizontal and vertical energy back into the space of the core. Feel through your fingers, feel through your feet. Breathing in back into the center. Change the formations of the legs for me. Taking a deep breath through your nostrils. And you're gently breathing out, twisting the spine to the opposite direction. Now, what have I lost if I was not in the practice in this very moment? I have lost the equanimity, the compassion to be in that moment. And then it might be the remedy that you were looking for your sickness. Breathing in back into the center, shoulders relaxed. Just now take a deep breath in and holding onto the opposite elbows into the back. Shoulders relax and chest open. Once you have hold the space, gently take a deep breath in and open up and look up and stretch the throat very gently. Stretch the neck to the right and onto the left from this pose without touching it. Tilt the head into the front and in back into this space of this pose. Back to the center and release the tension of the elbows. Now very gently holding and releasing the fingers, holding Garudasana, very gently, right arm on the top. Now shoulders drop, shoulders drop. Now take a deep breath in and look up. Breathe out through the Garudasana, performing the pose of the cat, the seated cat. Just bringing that elbows onto the navel, curving the spine. Breathing in, looking up, stroke the third eye up to the crown, spread the wings wider and twisting the spine to the right side. Stomach gently pulled in. Gently allow the hips to open. Gently allow the knees to open. And allow this consciousness to be part of the nourishing yourself. Breathing in back into the center. Change the leg formation for me. Garudasana. Lift on the top. Now take a deep breath in and look up. Breath out and perform the space of the cat. Elbow very gently moving towards the navel. Hunch the back properly. Allow that space. Take a deep breath in and twisting on the out breath, the spine to the left. Breathing in back into the center, shoulders relaxed, chest open. Now very gently walk the palms into the front, shoulders relaxed, elbows onto the floor, shoulders relaxed and chest open. Now very gently rolling onto the knees and coming onto a pose of a cat. Now still you're taking the practice into the place of doing and not doing. Breathing in, drop the belly, look up. Tongue roll up onto the upper palate. Touch into that space, taste the space, listen to the space, breathe into the space. Now the mind too comes in listening and knows that. Release a moment of peace. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. Open. Gently even your lock in the bandhas and receptive. You will find a very gentle harmony right here. All the spaces are folding into this place. All the moments are folding into this moment. Breathing in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye. Neutral spine, very gently. Now very gently take a deep breath in, right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench, give a good rotation to the wrist. Stretch the right into the back, under the left armpit. Just coming on the out breath, dropping into that space. Comes within. Realize there's oneness. Oneness that happening in this very moment, oneness is happening in the universe. Completely absorbed into the posture, to the breath, quite empty, but taking it everything. Very gently coming into the practice of art of listening, art of living, art of giving, art of kindness. Very gently allow the body to bring the face of that kindness, the art, the leela. Today your practice might be, even you have heard all these things, but it might be sounding different. It might be feeling different. You might be in a different place of emptiness, completeness, intense. Gently coming back into the space of the cat. Hold on to this gentle formation of the bandhas. They all belong to each other. The lament of those you hear. Breathing in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye. Neutral spine. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling, clench and unclench. Rotation to the wrist, stretching the fingers, reaching into the back on the out breath under the armpit. Practice is just in the space of attentively listening. It can be thousands of voices. Take a deep breath in, gently coming back into the space of the cat. Anus lock, navel lock, throat lock, in the space of unity. Now all are falling into a place of one sound. Before it was voices. Now it's a harmony. Now take a deep breath and learn fresh again. Tongue roll up onto the upper palate. Observe the third eye. Discover for yourself the meaning of wholeness, meaning of awakening. Discover for yourself through the practice. Not explained, but experienced. Neutral spine, a gentle breath, and give a good rotation to the hips. Gently come into that space that you can be large as you want to be, you can be multidimensional as you can be. So this is not just a passive little space. Wide rotation to the other side. And very gently take a deep breath in and feel that breath, the wholeness is experienced. And let the breath go totally out of the body into the space, releasing the tensions. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, push the hips into the back, palms facing up. Releasing the tension. Releasing the shadows that no longer serve the purpose. Releasing the tension of worshipping the future. Releasing the tension of worshipping the graphic, the picture. So very gently come into the space of experience, the idea of uniting awareness rather than ongoing encounters with it. Now very gently, palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest onto the floor. Take a deep breath in and drop the belly onto the floor. Shoulders relax, soften the hips. Take a deep breath in, reaching onto the right ankle with the right arm, left elbow into the floor, into the front. Take a deep breath in and stretch. Very gently release the tension of that right side and very gently creating a posture onto the left side with wonder and grace and richness that reside in the space of the doing and the non-doing. Take a deep breath in and very gently let go. Now very gently take a deep breath in, land the third eye on the floor, releasing the tension. And deeply we are coming into that space of whole. But doesn't mean it does not have countless waves. Everyone is different from the other. Every moment has a current of its own unique. And it all takes place on the landscape of the body and the mind. Now very gently reaching onto the ankles with both, coming onto the bow pose, Dhanurasana. Very gently there is openness in every way. I'll let you embrace the atmosphere with this pose and with this current and its unique level of understanding. Though they are just wind of breath, wind of thought, life on body, life on earth, let it just allow it to express itself. Heels closer to the buttocks and very gently release the tension of the time-bound body, time-bound mind. Just a place to be. There can be no one, no way, no one way. No one way to grow or to heal, no one way to live, no one way to die, no one way to feel, no one way to know. Just try not to anchor into anything. Even it is the next best thing. Allow the head to turn onto a side that it naturally wishes to turn. Naturally wishes to stretch. So there can be no one way to do it. Take a deep breath in and turning the head on to the opposite direction. Shoulders relax and chest open. Now very gently take a deep breath in back into the center. Palms onto the chest level. Shoulders relax and chest open. I'm going to allow you to rest in this pose for a while and then very gently put in the arms under your body, palms facing down under your legs, into the back, under your legs. So walk them, lift up the hip and drop it. And then you're coming into the locus where your feet is going to go up very gently. So try not to lift up the head. Keep the head down and lift up the legs. Breathing in. Both legs together. That's it. Shoulders relaxed, just open. Tiny bit more, tiny bit more, tiny bit more. That is, some of you can go higher than and relax or let go. Now palms onto the chest level, breathing in into a gentle cobra. Shoulders relaxed, just so. Now very gently onto the knees and stretch the spine on the outlet. What does it mean to be in this pose? What does it mean for you in this very moment? So ask, and coming into your level of who am I really? Ask, where am I even going? Ask, what am I doing? What does it mean to be for you? What does it mean to be living? Ask all the questions you have at this very moment. As a boss, as an inmate, as a homeless, where am I now? What is your way? What is your contribution to the earth or to the universe or to the awareness? Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Take a deep breath in, into coming into an up phase. Allow the energy to ripen in this moment. Be aware of that your awareness is in and out if it is. Breathe out towards the down phase. Shoulders relax and chest open in the down phase. Push the bum muscle up very gently, releasing the tension of the knees and the hips very gently, unfolding your down phase. Unfolding the inquiry of the down phase. You can ponder where the posture is at. Take a deep breath in, left leg up into the back. Give a good rotation to the left foot. Left knee to the chest, come forward. Breathing in, stretch back. Left knee on the breath out, onto the elbow. Breathing in, stretch back. Left knee onto the right elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Left foot into the front. Now take a deep breath in, arms stretch into the back. Interlacing the fingers, arms rest onto the crown. 6 deep cycles of breath. Wide rotation. Don't let any breath to go without pondering in that breath. What is this? What am I doing? Listening to your breath. The breath will tell you about about your health, not analytically. So that very moment it comes, very gently take a deep breath in, arms raise onto the crown. Gently sitting deeper into the pose, with the Bhadrasana opening onto the right. Give a good rotation to the shoulders and open up. Left palm facing up. Challenge here is to meet every problem you have with the inquiry in the space of the spirit of that awareness. Ask yourself, what is this thought? What is this drama? Ask, how am I going to deal? Gentle arch. Back to the center, elbow onto the knee. Right shoulder blade roll back into the sacrum, the right arm. When you're ready, right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Take about a few breaths and acknowledge where you are at. If there is a part of a difficulty, acknowledge that. If it is a part of a tension and a strain or a disharmony, acknowledge that. You just can simply enter into this place. You don't have to live 40, 50, 60 years or lifetimes to understand this. Right, reaching up to the ceiling. Take a few deep breaths, soften the posture. Right arm reaching into the front. Very gently touch the floor. Take a deep breath in, bring the rib cage into the proper alignment, left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Left reaching into the back and touch. Drop the back knee onto the floor, holding onto the front knee, shoulders relax. Push the hips and lunge forward and backwards to release further tension. Palms onto the floor. Feet into the back, into a plank, strong on the pelvic floor. Left knee onto the floor. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling, clench and unclench. Right reaching into the back, very gently. Touch the floor. It's not about performing the posture very well, but becoming very mindful. Drop the knees. Completely breathe out into a cat. Breathing in into a cow. Breathe out to the cat. Breathing in into a cow. Breathe out, stretch the spine into the back. Palms facing up. Let that inquiry over and over again. Very gently building up the courage of the practice to inquire what is in this very moment. What is this very moment? And start looking deeply. There is a compassionate way to look at it. The heart of the problem, or the root of the problem from the space of the heart field. And then see the evidence for yourself. Where did you lose the connection? What would be a harmonious solution for this? Inquiry into this level of understanding is not just thinking about answers. It's not about a lot of thoughts, looks like answers. It's almost listening to the thinking that you are questioning evokes. Listening to the energy that flows through. Not react when it hits somewhere. But then also see among that floats the answers. Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing in into up face. Shoulders relaxed and chest open. Breathe out towards the down face. Shoulders relaxed, just in the moment. Don't do the posture, savor the posture, taste the posture, experience the posture. Release all the tensions of my, and the authority of the mind, my future, my body, my mind, my house, my land, my car, my problem, my money. Take a deep breath in, right leg up into the back, rotation to the right. Right knee to the chest, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back, right knee to the right elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back, right knee to the left elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Right foot into the front. Arms stretch into the back. Interlacing the fingers, arms rest onto the ground. 6 deep cycles of breath. So now you understand what you call self is a construct of your own mind. Not even a real one. Keep looking deeply. Now very gently coming up to the ceiling, opening up onto the Virabhadrasana. Into the space of a warrior. Who you are, can you find in any other place other than in the thinking? Take a mudra that you are not no longer this name, no longer this role, no longer this age, no longer male or female. Now you can release no longer the opinion. Nothing is really fundamental to who we are. Take a gentle arch. Go a bit more deeper. Gently coming back, elbow onto the knee. Take a deep breath in. This might be very upsetting for the mind, but be gentle with it. There is no solid place to land, so don't search for it. Stretch their left arm up to the ceiling. Now even who is asking, who am I? Just come to the face of that. Gently stretching into the front. Gently touch the floor, releasing the tension. Take a deep breath in. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling, clenched and out. Right reaching into the back, touch the floor. Drop the back knee onto the floor, holding onto the front. Shoulders relax and just take a moment and release the tension of the places that you're still holding solid. I mean, superficial solid. Take a deep breath in, spread the wings wide and touch the floor. Open up those spaces. Don't have any constrict. Plank. Right knee onto the floor. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Into the back. Touch the floor. Drop the knees. Completely breathe out to a cat. Breathing in into a cow. Breathe out to the cat. Breathing in into a neutral spine. Rotate the hips wider. Tendency to dissolve and releasing the tension of reconstructing yourself, not even as a spiritual or an enlightened being. By the rotation to the other side. So push the hips into the front, push the hips into the back. And out of releasing that unawareness of how much you are caught up in I, me, mine, even worse than that. Child pose. Now you can understand why people want to be very successful in the outside, because outside tend to give I again to live, me again to live, mine again to live. So outside circumstances are supporting the beliefs in its own goodness. But if you leave it everything onto the outside, then the criticism is going to be your enemy. Things going bad going to become punishing, difficulties. Or you perceive them as worst part of your life. Defeat. Now today go further and release this tension of war that you are having. Perhaps it will give a better explanation to all these dimensions of your struggling from. Crown of the head onto the floor, lifting up the buttocks, and allow that pituitary and the pineal energy to be very gently coming into a familiar place of understanding, a balance. Roll back onto the third eye and the fist on the third eye. Now very gently release the tension to be approved or valued or reward or a possession that rewards you. Wake up the spine, very gently vibrating into the place of the harmony. Coming into the unity without that separate self. Now very gently lifting up onto the knees. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling, clench and unclench. Onto the right hip. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling, into the left hip. gentle arch, or you can go to the Purna Uttarasana with the permission of the body, permission of the breath, without trying so hard to be forcing the pose, instead of creating a moment to experience the being. More relaxed. Take a deep breath in, very gently support the hips, coming back into the child pose. Now see the mind that I want to retreat. I want to run to the nature. I want to find a teacher. I want to go to the Himalaya. I want to go to the India. I want to go to the ashram. What it means. You're only you in the relationship to all the other forces and events in the world, including your patterns, space of your childhood, your thoughts, your feelings, outside events. But that who you are is not a name, not an age, not the drama that you had or your beliefs. Your subconscious fears, they are part of it, but not the whole of it. Very gently waking up the spine in this realization. Shoulders relaxed, just to very gently coming into a seating posture. Allowing the body to settle very gently deeper into this truth. Now let everything happens in this body, whether it's a breath, whether it's a movement, less personally. I want you to experience yourself without the self-orientation. Just happening, but you're not there. Don't think everything is aimed at you. Just observe the space of the mind. We'll say, I this, me this. Try to claim ownerships. Just observe. Try to do gentle breathing, not forcing any breathing. Reduce the impact of the breath also. Now you see that what was permanent is now impermanent. Now you could see that your mind tried to hold on to a permanency. Once you realize this constantly changing, who you are not is decaying. who you are not is depending on other circumstances to be who you are. You don't have to be in this space for a long time. Now you could see your insecure comes from, criticism comes from, indulgence comes from, anxiety comes from. Constantly forcing yourself to feel real to something not real. When you come into that realization and that space of understanding, arms very gently raised back to the crown, cleansing the space and the aura, energy and the vibration and the frequency. That you are totally what you are desired. And if that had a vibration and a frequency and feeling, start feeling that. Not I would like to be. Very gently protecting the space of the crown, or cleansing, more accurate, third eye, more clarity, throat, a more flow, a heart field that has the frequency and the vibration of that space, solar plexus that brighter in this space, navel more connected to the truth of the emotion, Muladhara grounding yourself back into the end of the spinal column. Arms raised and cleansing the space and the aura. Palms onto the namaskar position, soft. That has come into its realization. Very gently in this vibration, you can have a gentle desire to serve the purpose of this truth. So take a moment to savor that what you want to achieve, you have achieved. And you're living in that space of achieved state. Touch the earth, respect for apo, tejo, vayo, patavi, earth particles, air particles, heat particles, water particles. That constantly construct this space in manifestations. But you have to navigate not out of the manifestation, before the frequency and the intention and the vibration and the energy coming out of the practice of this understanding in the place of a gentle practice, but relating to this space throughout the days. Namaste. So, today, you could see the weather is like no idea what's going on.
She's healing.
That's very much in a place of allowing those things not to react to the cold, not to say that the plans are being missed, plans are not being postponed. Just enjoy the weather, enjoy all the changes and accept it. And get into the space of the work. My love to you all, always. And thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Pam. So always go into the practice. Who am I? What am I? And inquire. And try to avoid that place or something has happened to you as a punishment. Just try to embrace what kind of a acquired taste that I am going to savoring from this. So, and always remember that nothing is there to be explained. Even you want explanation out of the practice from me, it is individually you have to experience. A second, I see the face. So I thank you for all of you and enjoy Rebecca and Daz and beautiful kid and the beautiful souls and Liz and your beautiful pets, Maria and Sage, Pam, Matt, again, love you all. Enjoy life. Enjoy life can be only enjoyed in a moment, not in a thought in a future. Namaste to you all.